So we've got a face-off right in front of Goral. As I mentioned, we've got the Pro, Duchak, and Olynyk line out, along with College Ajax and McPherson. Duchak's going to bring it in. She's going to make a move, go towards the net. Olynyk's there. Right, puck going to stay in the Swift zone. Lots of Rebels fans here today. Lots of Swift fans here. All right, that's going to be shoveled in. Duchak's going to pick it up. She's going to send it in so that Kovacs, Alexander, and Sumners can come out. This is game number 1 of a best-of-3 series. Round 2 of the playoffs. Winner of this series goes to the South Final against either Rebels White or Lumsden, who was in the other series. All right, we got Stack and Ryu on D here. All right, puck comes out front for, Alexander almost puts it in. All right, Ryu with it. All right, puck going to go behind the net. Out comes Sitch as Kovacs wants a change. All right, puck behind the net. Sumners is going to pick it up. She shovels that over for Ryu. Ryu does a good job keeping it in, gets it back to Sumners, who Suspen's going to put it in. 17-27 in the first period. Alexa Sitch with the huge rebound goal, putting your Rebels up 1-0. It is loud. Thanks, folks. Woo! All right, Krupski, and Sitch out to keep it going. Lexa Sitch with the beautiful goal out front. Nice rebound goal. All right, Brooklyn Krupski going to get that up for Peyton Krupski. Peyton Krupski fires it in. Their goalie's going to make a quick save. Cover it up, and Sitch is bearing down on the doorstep. All right, Brooklyn going to take the face-off. Going to get that over to her sister. All right, Johnson breaks up that play. She's not going to let it go much farther. All right, Swift looking to bring it in the Rebel zone. Rebels looking to keep it out. All right, that's going to be fired on net. Goral's going to steer it to the side. All right, Johnson going to go and wheel with it. She does a good job sending it all the way down the ice. All right, we've got Olynyk and along with Perot and Duchak out. All right, Olynyk going to pick that up. She's going to send that back into the zone. All right, Perot battling. McPherson's going to knock it away. Olynyk's there as well. All right, Swift looking to get it out of the zone. All right, McPherson steps up. She's going to hold the line. Olynyk battling with her. Perot waiting. Duchak waiting there as well. All right, we're going to have a face-off. All right, we're going to have Sumners. We're going to have Sumners, Kovacs, and Alexander out, along with Dak and Ryu on D. Oh, Kovacs going to just send that right through the crease. Swift looking to get it out. Kept in by Kovacs. Dak going to keep it in as well. All right, Alexander skating to it. Ryu is going to be one of the first ones there. Kovacs flips that back in, but that goes right back to a Swift player. A little bit of a bouncing puck. Sumner settles it down. She's going to fire that in on net. We're going to have Sitch come out. Both Krupskis as well. All right, puck going to go down the ice. Sitch going to pick it up. Oh, she sends that over. That's picked up by a blue jersey. Offside. Swift face-off going to be right in front of the Rebels net. 15:22 left in this first period. Your Rebels up 1-0 thanks to a goal by Alexa Sitch. All right, Regal going to get that over for Johnson. Johnson going to send that up for Sitch. Right, Swift looking to set something up. Puck doesn't come quite far enough for Johnson. All right. Swift looking to bring it in. All right. Regal going to do a good job breaking up that play. Oh, puck does come out of the zone. Krupski going to pick it up. Ooh. Nope. Come on. All right. Krupski going to knock it away. Sitch going to go for it. She's hauled down, though. She's going to knock it into the Swift zone. All right. Puck going to come out of the Swift zone. All right. Regal and Johnson going to do a good job knocking it away. Not letting her get a shot off. All right. Puck comes out front to Johnson. All right. Johnson behind the net. She's got Brooklyn who comes to help her out. All right. Puck's going to come over to Duchek. Duchek's going to take it down the ice. She's got Olenek with her. She's going to send that in. Olenek going to chase. Duchek's right there as well. All right. Swift looking to get it out of the zone. Puck's going to go across the ice for College Ajax. College Ajax going to pick it up. Send it back in. All right, they're going to fire that in. Who's that? McPherson's going to pick that up, send it in. Puck going to come back to Swift. All right, College Ajax going to do a good job breaking up that play. Sorry. All right, Swift's going to circle it. All right, that's going to go well wide of the net. Duchek going to be the first one there for it. They do a good job keeping it in. Puck fired. Perot with the big block. Perot sees Olenek. Olenek's going to take it in. She's going to fire it in because she wants a change. So we're going to have Alexander, Sumners, and Kovacs come out. Very few whistles so far in this first period. 13-17 left in the first. Right, Alexander goes to battle. Have a good atmosphere here in the Balfour today, even though it's minus 6,000. All right, puck in the corner. Going to come out behind Goral. Ryu going to shovel that over a little far for Alexander. That's blocked by a Rebel. Alexander looking to get it out. It does come out of the zone, but Blue going to pick it up. Right, they're going to send that in. Looks like that's icing. You're going to have face-off in front of the Swift goalie. In front of the Swift goalie, you're going to have Brooklyn Krupski take the face-off. She's going to get that over to Johnson. Johnson, tried to fire it in. She just mishandled it a little bit. Brooklyn there to help her out, though. Puck going to go behind the net. Sitch is right there. All right, puck's going to come to Johnson. Johnson fires it through. That's blocked. Looking to get the between the legs shot. All right, Swift going to get that up. All right. Sitch is going to keep it in the zone. She does a good job. All right, Brooklyn battling. Going to send that back for Sitch. All right, Swift going to bring it out. They're going to ice it. We're going to have a face-off right in front of the Swift goalie. All right, Pearl going to take the face-off with Duchek, Olenek, College Ajax, and McPherson. All right, Swift going to come away with it behind the net. College Ajax steps up and she keeps it in. Olenek going to bat it over for Duchek. Back to Perot. Perot tries to fire that in. Bouncing puck for everybody. All right, Duchek with it. She's looking to set something up. She's going to get that out front. Oh, it's a little bit past Olenek. Rebels do a good job keeping it in. All right, College Ajax steps up. Duchek comes to help her out. All right, it's a big block. Going to come down the ice for McPherson. McPherson's going to get that over to Olenek. Olenek's going to send it in. Not quite as far as she wanted, though. All right, that coming out hot. She's going to pick it up. Oh, my God. What is happening beside me with this yelling? It was not too many men. Oh, my God. Nobody touched it. Holy Hannah. All right, Zach going to take it in. All right, Sumners is hustling. All right. Swift going to bring it in, send it just past Goral. All right, they're going to be the first one there to pick it up. They're all changing. Sumner's does a good job deflecting it out down the zone. All right. Bunch of fresh rebels coming out. Sitch, Srutsky. That's going to go past the net. All right, Johnson going to pick it up. Oh, she does a good job. She makes a move to a couple girls. All right, Johnson going to chip it up for herself. She still has it. Gets it out front, loose puck on. All right, puck going to go down for Krupski. Krupski's going to pick it up. Sitch going to get that over for Peyton. Peyton's going to bring it in. Ref gets in the way of that. All right, puck gonna go behind the net. Peyton's the first one to pick it up. Thinking about the wraparound. Well, that might have been something they could have called, but okay. All right, Paula J. Jack gonna take it in herself. Here goes Mila. Paula J. Jack. She fires it. Oh, just wide. Olenix right there. She gets it out front. No, couldn't quite connect. Did a good job getting it out front. All right, Swift gonna bring it back down the ice. All right, Duchak gonna pick it up. She sends that across the ice a little far for Olenix. So looks like we're gonna have an icing, I believe. Face off right in front of Goral. All right, face off in front of Goral. We're gonna have Brooklyn Krupski take it. She gets it over for College Ajax. All right, Goral gonna make a good save. She keeps it out of the net. What a good job by Goral. All right, Pro gonna take the face off right in front of the Rebels bench. All right, Swift gonna come away with it. She tries to fire it. Olenix gonna pick it up. Oh, Duchak get wiped out. All right, Duchak's gonna break up that play. She does a good job keeping it in the zone. Olenix right out front. Where's that puck? Oh. All right, Swift gonna bring it out of the zone. All right, Pro gonna battle. Ryu's gonna go pick it up. Ryu gonna get that over to her D partner, Thak. Thak gonna get that back to Ryu. Ryu gets that up to Duchak. Just gets away from her, but it stays in the Rebel zone. All right, Ryu does a good job. She gets that to Thak. All right, Swift gonna come away with it, but Duchak looking to get it out of the zone. All right, that's gonna go into the rafters, so we're gonna have a face-off right in front of Goral again. All right, Sumner's, Kovacs, along with Alexander, and we've got who do we have on D? Oh, Johnson and Regal. Right, Kovacs goes into the boards hard. All right, puck gonna go around the net. Sumner's gonna pick it up. She gets that to Alexander, gets just past her. Swift does a good job holding the line. Rebels struggling to get it out of the zone here. All right, that's fired. All right, Alexander with it. She can't get it out of the zone. All right, Kovacs is gonna pick up that loose puck though. She's gonna make a move and send it into the zone. Alexander does a good job staying on side. All right, puck's chipped down the ice. Johnson gonna be the first one to pick it up. Should be icing. Everybody back. Face off in front of the Swift goalie. All right, Krupski, Sitcho, along with Regal and Johnson. All right, Brooklyn gonna take the face off. All right, that goes over to the corner. Swift looking to get it out. Right, Swift gonna get it out of the zone. Brooklyn being a bother though. All right, puck gonna come out of the zone. All right, Krupski's gonna send that back. Where is it? Right in front of us here. All right, Swift gonna bring it in. Johnson does a good job knocking it away. Brooklyn Krupski working behind the net. Puck comes out front. Doral's gonna make a good save on that. All right, Peyton gonna try and get it out. Lots of snow by the Rebels bench, though. That keeps it in. All right, Regal battling in the corner. Brooklyn comes to pick it up. Brooklyn sees her sister a little far for her. No icing. It was touched. All right. Swift gets it out of the zone. Oh, Perot does an excellent job knocking it away. All right, Duchek's going to flip it out of the zone. Swift going to send it back in, but they're offside. All right, McPherson going to pick it up. She looks to get that up, but that's sent back in. Oh. Swift going to bring it back in the zone. Olenek battling. All right, McPherson does a good job knocking it away. I don't want to say this, but there haven't been any penalties yet this game. All right, College Ajax battling behind the net. Swift looking to set something up. All right, Duchek does an excellent job getting it out of the zone. Stuck in the feet, though. All right, Swift going to get it back in their own zone, which is going to give your Rebels a chance to change. Or some to change, I should say. All right, Sumners does a good job breaking up that play. All right, College Ajax makes her throw it in. No icing. She was past the line. McPherson going to be the first one there to pick it up. She looks to get that to Olenek. It's going to be sent back on net. And Boral's going to cover it up. 5 minutes left in the first. The Rebels up by 1. Thanks to a goal by Lexa Sitch. All right, Sumners takes the face off. Puck gonna come into the Rebel zone. Doral gonna cover it up. Yes, whistle, what are you two up to? All right, puck gonna go to the corner. Sumner's chasing. All right, Swift looking to set something up. Rebels looking to keep it out. Swift's had it in this zone for a little bit. Rebels haven't had many more good chances. All right, Sumners is going to take. All right, that's going to go over to Kovacs. Kovacs is clearly tripped. No call there. I don't know why they weren't yelling about that call, yelling about everything else, I tell you. All right, here goes Brooklyn Krupski. Brooklyn Krupski going to come in. She fires it wide of the net. Sitch is right there, though, to pick up that big, well, not a rebound. I guess it went beyond the net with the puck. All right, Johnson steps up. It gets just past her, but Peyton Krupski comes to help out. Peyton going to get that to her sister, Brooklyn. Brooklyn's going to fire that in, and their goalie's going to make a save. All right, Brooklyn going to take the face off. It's going to get that over to Sitch. Puck's going to go into the corner. All right, Regal steps up to keep it in. All right, puck going to go into the corner. All right, excuse me. All right, Regal going to pick it up. She's going to get that over to Brooklyn. Brooklyn looking to get it in. All right, puck going to come back into the Rebel zone. All right, Johnson's going to pick it up. She's got a nice long pass for Sitch. Sitch is going to send it in. Peyton Krupski hustling. All right, Sitch is going to pick it up. She's going to wisely just fire that into the corner. Peyton going to pick it up. All right, puck going to come out of the zone. Regal going to be there for it. Gonna get that over for Brooklyn. Brooklyn gonna send it into the corner if she wants a change. All right, out come Olenek, Duchak, and Perot. McPherson and College Ajax out as well. College Ajax gonna get that over to Duchak. Duchak has it knocked off of her stick. Perot is gonna pick it up. Again, all of the snow right beside the bench, though. It's hard to get it going. All right, Duchak gonna fire it in. 2:36 left in this first period. Your Rebels up by 1, thanks to Alexa Sitch with the beauty rebound goal. Right in the exact right spot at the exact right time. Olenek fires that one on net. Just gonna hit the side of the net, it looks like. All right, Paula James just past her. Here comes Elle McPherson. Girl, what the huge save! Figure it out, get it out, girls. That puck was just sitting there. What an excellent save by Maddie Girl. All right, Perot gonna get that over to Olenek, who's gonna get that to Duchak, who fires that on net. What a good job by Maddie Gorel keeping that out of the net. All right, puck gonna come out. That's gonna be icing, folks. So we're gonna have a face-off right in front of the goalie. All right, Brooklyn Krupski gonna take the face-off. It's been a really good, intense game so far. All right, Krupski's got her stick knocked away. Ryu stepping up, getting it back to Sitch. Sitch fires that out front. Their goalie's gonna cover it up. All right, Brooklyn again gonna take the face off. Brooklyn gonna get that over to Ryu. Ooh, Ryu gonna send that back in. Oh my goodness, bouncing puck for everybody here. All right, Sitch does a good job not letting her go any farther. All right, back gonna send that back. All right, puck gonna go back behind Laurel. Ryu's gonna be the first one there for it. She has a nice back pass to Thack. Thack is gonna skate with it. Oh, that goes through a number of skate or sticks, so no icing. All right, Swift looking to get it out of the zone. Regal gonna pick it up. She's gonna send that back in. We're gonna have Alexander and Sumners come out. Kovacs is chasing. Kovacs does an excellent job not letting her go much farther. Alexander being a pain in the butt. All right, Regal gonna battle behind the net. Sumners is there as well. 42 seconds left in this period. Regal is gonna take it up herself, and so she should. She does a good job getting it in the zone. Regal gonna jump up into the plate. Oh, Alexander just misses the net. A good job by Jada. She's had a couple of chances in the right spot at the right time, I tell you. All right, 20 seconds left in this period. Right, Regal gonna muscle her off the puck. Swift gonna pick it up again. They got somebody coming in out front. Doral gonna wisely cover it. 9.5 seconds left in this period. Right, Krupski gonna take the face off. All right, Sitch is gonna pick it up. She's just got 7 seconds though to get it in. Sitch does a good job flipping it on net. Woo! That was very close to going in. All right, that's it for the first period, folks. We're gonna go into the second. With your Rebels up 1-0, gonna put you on mute. Jamie, best behavior. Oh, sorry, buddy. All right, everybody, here we go. Period 2 coming up. Your Rebels Black taking on the Swift Current Wildcats. All right, your Rebels wearing white, Swift Current wearing blue. All right, to get that one back, we're going to have Trupsky, Stick, Regal, and Johnson out. All tied up in line, folks. All right, Brooklyn Trupsky going to take the face off. All right, Peyton going to get that over to Regal. Regal back to Peyton. All right, that goes just wide of the net. Johnson steps up to keep it in. Nice fresh ice for your Rebels. All right, Swift gonna tie it up. All right, puck gonna go all the way down the ice. We're gonna have a face-off in front of the Swift goalie. Swift able to tie it up 14 seconds into the game. All right, Brooklyn gonna take the face-off. 19:28 left in this period, in the second period, all tied up at 2. All right, Peyton gonna go battle. Brooklyn in there as well. Sitch steps up. Puck goes to Regal. Regal's gonna do a good job. She's gonna send that back in. All right, Swift looking to get it out of the zone. That's kept in by Sitch. All right, bouncing puck here. All right, Brooklyn gonna keep it in. Rebels putting some pressure on. All right, Brooklyn gonna pick it up. She looks to get it out front. That's deflected though. All right, Olenek comes out. She's gonna battle. Brooklyn comes to help her out as well. All right, puck gonna go down the ice. Swift gonna bring it in. Johnson gonna do a good job not letting her get a shot off. What a good job by Jesse Johnson. All right, Olenek gonna battle. Krupski gonna pick it up. She's gonna bring it out of the zone. Oh. All right, Duchek fires it in. That's gonna hit the D right in the chest. All right, Olenek battling behind the net. She's gonna be clearly hooked. No call there though. Kala Jacek steps up to keep it in. She fires that on net. Their goalie's gonna make a save. Olenek hustling. She's looking to get it out front. All right, Duchek gonna be the first one there. All right, puck gonna come to McPherson. She's gonna shovel that down into the corner. Swift looking to get it out. All right, they're gonna send it across the ice. Bring it in the zone. Paula Jacek gonna break that play up though. All right, Perot gonna battle behind the net. All right, McPherson breaks up that play. All right, College Ajax gonna pick it up. She's gonna get that over to Duchek. Duchek gonna get it out of the zone. She does a great job getting it out of the zone. Olenek gonna battle Perot with it. She's gonna flip that over so she doesn't ice it. All right, Duchek chasing Olenek there as well. All right, Swift gonna bring it in. They're gonna dump it down. Swift's going to send that in. That's going to be blocked, though. All right, Duchek gets that up to Sumners. That's for Olenek in her skates. She does a good job sending it in, so your Rebels can change. We're going to have Thak and Ryu come out. All right, Thak steps up. She sends that on net. Puck behind the net. Alexander sends it out front to nobody, though. What a good job by Jada. All right, puck out front. Back with it. Back gonna pick the top corner. With your Rebels up 2-1. Oh, beauty of a wave on Mia Back. All right, gonna go give Doral some love. All right, we're gonna have Krupski, Sitch come out. Look to keep that going. Along with Thak and Ryu out. What a beauty of a shot by Leah Thak. She makes no mistake and picks that top corner. What a good job by Leah. All right, I'm gonna come over to Peyton. Peyton gonna send that into the zone. Sorry for all the yelling in your ear, probably there. All right, Brooklyn gets it back out front. All right. Thak gonna battle. What a good job by Leah Thak. And Sitch. Oh, man. All right, we're going to have icing face-off in front of Goral. All right, Brooklyn going to take the face-off. We had some icing, so puck's going to come over to Swift. They're going to pick it up, look to send it on net. That's going to come over for Peyton Krupski. Peyton Krupski going to chip it up and go past the defender, no problem. All right, Krupski, Sitch. All right, puck gonna, Krupski tried to get that over to Ryu. All right, Swift gonna send it in behind Goral. All right, puck gonna come over to Sitch. It's not quite far enough for her. 14:45 left, or 15:45 left in this second period. Your Rebels up 2-1. That goes just past the net. All right, Swift looking to set something up. Rebels looking to get it out. Ryu gonna do a good job breaking up that play. Krupski's with it. Oh my goodness, where is that bouncing puck? All right, Regal's gonna pick it up. She's gonna go down the ice with it. She's gonna get that in. Oh, your Rebels are changing. All right. Ryu gonna break up that, or not Ryu, I'm sorry, Regal gonna break up that play. All right, Swift offside. Face off, gonna be in front of the Swift goalie, or in front of the Swift bench, sorry. All right, Perot gonna take the face off. She's got Olenek, Duchek, Regal, and Johnson out. All right, Swift gonna come away with it. They're gonna send it into the Rebel zone. Johnson hustling. She gets that over to Olenek. That's kept in the zone by Swift, though. Johnson gonna knock it away. Perot comes to help out. Oh, bouncing puck still. All right, Swift gonna send it around. Regal hustling. Not a little too far for her, though. All right, Duchek steps up. All right, a nice bounce for Johnson. Johnson with the beauty of a flip to Perot. Perot gonna send that on net, and their goalie's gonna hold it. So we have Alexander, Kovacs, and Sumner's out, along with College Ajax and McPherson. 14:28 left in this second period. Your Rebels up 2-1. All right, Sumner's taking that face off. Gonna come over to McPherson. Sorry, that's locked. All right, Doral with the huge save. What a good job by Maddie Doral. All right, here comes College Ajax with it. She's gonna do a good job sending that in. All right, puck gets just past McPherson. All right, that's well wide of the net. I'm going to be into the netting. All right, we're going to have Ryu and Thak come out with the Krupski Sitch line. All right, Brooklyn gonna take the face off right in front of Goro. Swift gonna come up with it. That's gonna be blocked. Oh, clearly a trip. No call there though. All right, Ryu gonna send that over for Thack. Thack gonna send that up to Sitch. Sitch gonna send that up for Peyton. Peyton hustling, and their goalie's gonna wisely cover it. All right, face off gonna be right in front of the Rebels bench, in front of the Swift goalie. All right, Brooklyn gonna take it. Puck goes to the corner. Peyton hustling. Swift looking to get it out of their zone. All right, Swift gonna bring it up. Ryu gonna break up that play though. Rebels looking to get it out. Swift doing a good job holding it in. All right, looks like we're gonna ice that. Face off gonna be in front of Goro. Right, Brooklyn gonna take the face off right in front of Goro. All right, puck gonna come over to Swift. They're gonna pick it up. All right, that's gonna be blocked by somebody. I don't know where the heck that puck is. Puck comes through some traffic, wide of the net though. All right, Brooklyn doing a good job being a pain. Ryu's gonna pick it up. She looks to get it out. Just comes off of her stick. Puck out front to Sitch. Sitch wasn't sure where it was. All right, puck gonna go just past the net. Swift with some pressure. Laurel doing an excellent job in net. All right, that's gonna go through. Rebels need a change. We've been in here for a while. All right, puck behind the net. Oh, not quite far. Oh, all right, Sitch gonna run into a brick wall. All right, Brooklyn looking to get it out of the zone, and she does. She's gonna get that over for Sitch. Sitch is hustling. Sitch doing a great job. All right, Johnson's gonna send that in. There's not too many men because nobody touched it. All right, Swift looking to get it out of the zone. Gonna come down the ice with it. All right, big rebound. Rebels do a good job not letting that get anywhere. Olynyk does a good job getting it out. All right, no icing is some good draw weight. All right, Duchek's gonna pick it up. She's looking to get to her right hand. Almost. Some luck happened there. All right, Johnson gonna send that back in. All right, Johnson with it again. She's gonna shovel that over for Duchek. Duchek clearly tripped though. All right, Perot hustling towards the net. Swift looking to get it out. Johnson steps up. All right, Olynyk chasing. She takes a tumble. All right, legal. Ooh, the bench clearly called that one. All right, you're Rebels like a short goal anyway. All right, first penalty of the game coming up to Johnson. Interference, I believe. All right, we're gonna have McPherson, College, Jack, Kovacs, and Sumner's out. Kovacs and Sumner's do an excellent job killing penalties. Rebels gonna send that right down. Kovacs is chasing. Sumner's gonna hang out. Shouldn't say hang out. You know what I mean. All right, Sumner's does a good job breaking up that play. All right, Kovacs is gonna bring it in. She makes a move, comes off of her stick. The Rebels do a good job killing at least 20 seconds of that penalty. All right, Swift gonna bring it into the zone. McPherson doing a good job. Swift looking to set something up. All right. Oh, good job by Paula Jack getting it out of the zone. Your Rebels want to change. So we're going to have Sitch and Alexander coming out. Right, College Ajax looking to get it out. That's kept in. Goral with the beauty of a save. All right, puck gonna come out to Alexander. She does a good job getting it out of the zone. Sitch is gonna chase College Ajax, wants a change. Gonna have two fresh D come out. Sitch and her spectacular penalty killing. She always does a really good job killing penalties. All right, Swift gonna bring it in. Looking to set it up. Alexander and Sitch looking to stop him from setting anything up. All right, puck gonna go into the corner. That's Stack and Ryu out now. All right, that's gonna go well over the net. Puck gonna come out of the zone. Alexander's gonna chase it. Sitch right there as well. All right, we're gonna have a 5-on-3 here, it looks like. Okay, Jack coming up to back. All right, we're gonna have Regal and College Ajax come out along with Krupski. All right, 16 seconds left in the penalty to Johnson, and then a full 2 minutes in the penalty to Thack. Your Rebels should be good at this 5-on-3. We have done it many, many a times. All right, Swift gonna bring it in. Shoveled wide of the net. First 2 penalties of the game is called here. Of the game calls. Oh, a nice big save. All right, puck gonna go behind the net. College Ajax gonna fire that down. Here comes Krupski. Woo! Krupski clearly interfered with, though nothing there. All right, Swift looking to set something up. Both Krupski girls out. Along with Regal and College Ajax. All right, Swift looking to set it up. Krupski doing a good job. All right, College Ajax doing a good job there too. Goral with the big save. All right, College Ajax still going to pick it up. Regal comes in to get it out. It's kept in by Swift. Rebels doing a good job with this, though. All right, Krupski going to send that over. All right, Peyton Krupski. No call there. I don't know what these guys are complaining about. It's been pretty ridiculous here. All right, Krupski looking to get it out. Puck goes just over the net. 41 seconds left in this second penalty to your Rebels. All right, Regal going to get that to the corner. These girls probably need a little bit of a break, I feel like. All right, Peyton going to break that play up. All right, Puck does a good. Girl's going to get it out of the zone. All right, Brooklyn going to chase. Swift going to pick it up. All right, they're horribly offside. Face off outside the Rebel zone. We're going to have Throw and Duchak come out. Johnson and Ryu on D. Right, Pro going to take the face off. Right in front of the Swift bench. All right, Swift going to bring it in. We're going to look to set something up. Again, Duchak and Pro out. 6 seconds left in the penalty to Thack. Puck comes out. All right, Puck. Oh, not quite out. Oh, my goodness. All right, Rebels do a good job breaking up that play. We're back to full strength. Duchak going to bring it in. She's going to fire that in on net. Olenek hustling. She came out after Thack came out. High stick there. All right, Johnson going to pick it up. She's going to go for a skate around the net. Ooh, Goral's going to make a good save. All right, we're going to have Alexander, Kovacs, and Sumner's out, along with, what do we have on D here? College Ajax and McPherson. Your Rebels up 2-1. 6:53 left in this second period. Sumner's going to take the face-off right in front of Olenek, or right in front of Goral. So I'm sorry, not Olenek. Oh, McPherson doing a good job battling. Kovacs does a nice job getting it out. Nice draw weight. All right, Alexander chasing. Sumner steps up too to keep it in. All right, Kovacs is going to pick it up. She sends that back. College Ajax picks it up. She sends it through. Girl out front. All right, back to College Ajax again through everybody, and their goalie's going to make a good save. Lots of good pressure coming out here by that line. What a good job by the Sumners line and College Ajax and McPherson. All right, out to try and put it in the back of the net, or Krupski, Sitch, Ryu and back. Sitch with the first goal, back with the second. Ryu gonna send that in. Oh, took a nice bounce, couldn't quite settle it down though. Peyton. All right, Ryu gonna send that over to Sitch. What a nice job to Sitch. Rebels gonna send that into the zone. Peyton Krupski gonna hustle. Her sister comes to help her out. Puck, oh my goodness! Oh, stuck between the legs, I believe. I don't think she had any idea where that was, but she kept it out. All right, Brooklyn gonna take the face off. Gonna go in front of the net. Oh, took a big bounce off the boards. Goalie's gonna cover it. All right, Olenek Pro and Duchek coming out. Rigo and Zach and Rio on D. Right, Pro gonna take the face off right in front of the Swift goalie. 5:56 left in this first period. I'm sorry, second period. All right, Ryu gonna send that in. Bouncing. Swift, the first one. Okay. They're behind the net. She runs into Pro though. Olenek coming to help her out. All right, they're gonna send that well across. Ryu looking to be the first one, and she is. She's gonna send that back. Oh, Thack does a great job keeping it in. Smith looking to get it out. And they do. They gotta get through. I can't even with this inside me. Oh my god. All right. All right. Johnson steps up. Jesse Johnson fires it in with the huge step by Dudek. Oh, what a beauty of a shot by Johnson on a beautiful tip by Sadie Dudek. Your girls up 3-1. What a good job by these girls. Beauty of a tip by Sydney Dudek, folks. It was pretty perfect. All right, 5:09 left in this second period. Your route was up 3-1. All right, Brooklyn gonna take the face off. Right in front of us. All right, puck one over to Regal. Regal looks to get it up. She does get it up and out of the zone. Is that icing? Nope, no icing, not far enough. All right, Peyton Krupski with it. She's looking to set something up. She's gonna go through some traffic. She's got Sitch. Sitch fires it towards the net. All right, Swift with it in the corner. Peyton Krupski chasing Brooklyn right in there. 2 Regal holding the line. Sitch keeps it in. Oh, all right. Swift gonna bring it out. That's gonna come out of the zone. That's offside. Still offside because they're changing. All right, Regal gonna pick it up. She sees Peyton. Nice pass to Peyton. Tape to tape. Swift player coming in, knocks it away. Right. Brooklyn hustling. Who is this? Aubrey Kovacs comes flying in off the bench. All right. Johnson's gonna step up. She keeps it in. All right, Swift gonna dump it into the Rebel zone. That's sent right back though. They're gonna send that back in here. All right, Johnson's gonna skate up with it. Go Jess! Go Jess! Oh, just comes off of her stick. Kovacs is gonna flip that in. Alexander's gonna pick it up. Oh, just past the net. All right, we got Sumner's Olenek. Oh my goodness. All right, Olenek picks it up. Sumner's there too. Olenek fires that towards the net. Gonna go right behind the net. Paula Jajak steps up to keep it in. Alexander in the corner. She's gonna battle. Right, Swift looking to get it out. McPherson steps up. Ooh, Sumner's with it. Puck gonna go just down behind the net. Alexander doing a good job. She fires that out front. Olenek couldn't get a. Was on the wrong hand for her. College Ajax steps up. She sends it in, and their goalie's going to make a good save. All right. 2:45 left in this second period. Your Rebels up 3-1. Thanks to Sitch and what our second goal. Oh, Zach and Duchek. Let's go, Blue! All right, Swift looking to get it out of the zone. And they do. Perot hustling. What a good job by Noah Perot hustling as they bring it into the end. Olenek gonna battle, looking to get it out. All right. Oh, Perot with a good stick. Olenek gonna look to get it out. It's touched by someone on the Swift bench. So we're gonna have a face-off right in the Rebel zone, I believe. All right, we've got Krupski, and Sitch out. Along with Zach and Ryu on D. All right, that's fired a wee bit wide of the net. All right, Sitch does a good job. She's just going to send that back to Ryu. Oh my goodness, it is rigid in here. Sorry if you can feel my teeth shattering. All right, that's sent into Sitch. Sitch is going to dump that into the corner. Oh, Zach taken out. All right, Krupski with it. Rebels do a good job keeping it in. Brooklyn with it. She fires it and goalie makes a good save. All right, puck comes out of the zone. Gotta get through Ryu though. Oh, what a good save by Goral. All right, puck back out front. That's a little bit over the net. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys can hear Amy Goral yelling with her trademark when it comes over. All right, Ryu gets that over to anyway, Kovacs has it now. She fires that, but that is kept or that's blocked. All right, we got Regal and Johnson on D. Just under a minute left in the second period. All right, Goral going to steer that one to the side. Johnson's going to pick it up. She's going to get that to Kovacs. That's plays interrupted by a current player, though. All right, Alexander tries to get that over to Sumners. That comes back into the Rebel zone. Go, Jess, mind up. All right, Johnson with it now. She's going to shovel that in. 22 seconds left. All right, they're horribly offside. No call there, though. All right, face off. Going to be in front of Goral. We're going to have Duchek and Perot come out. Oh, Olenek was out already. All right, Perot going to take the face off. 14.8 seconds left. We would like to get it the hell out of this zone. Woo! All right, 5 seconds left. Duchek wisely just going to hold it against the boards. All right, Duchek does a good job finishing that off period off. All right, everybody, your Rebels going to go into the third period up 3-1. I'm going to put you on mute. I said no, all right, everybody, here we go. Period number 3 coming right up. We're going to have the Krupski Sitch line out along with Regal and Johnson. Speaking of Regal, puck comes over to her, just jumps off of her stick. All right, Swift going to shovel it towards the net. Your Rebels leading 3-1 thanks to Sitch and Thak and Duchak. All right, Goral going to cover it up. Rebels going to clear the crease. Right, Peyton going to take the face off. Swift gonna come, or I'm sorry, not Peyton, Brooklyn. Swift gonna come away with it. Sitch looks to get it out. All right, Rebels gonna get it out of the zone. Krupski tripped up. Whoa. All right, Rebels getting a penalty here, it looks like. Right. Good Lord. All right, Peyton Krupski gonna go to the box. Larissa. They took my face. All right, Peyton Krupski gonna go to the box. Swift gonna start off this period with a power play. Puck comes through. Goral with a nice big save. I didn't even tell you who we have out here, did I? All right, we got College Jade. No, I'm sorry. We have Thak and Ryu along with Ooh. All right, Thak does a good job carrying it out. Sorry. We have Thak and Ryu along with Alexander and Sumner's out. Looking to kill some more of this penalty. Into the box for body contact, maybe? Not sure. Something along that line. All right, Swift gonna get it out of their zone and bring it in. All right. Puck's gonna go into the corner. Regal goes to, or no, I'm sorry, not Regal. Ryu goes to chase. Sorry. I think that's because I'm so cold. I don't even know what's happening here. All right, Swift. Gonna get something going. All right. Oh my goodness. All right. Thak gonna push that to the side. Goral gonna do a good job covering it up. All right, we're gonna have Pro and who else? Pro and Kovacs out. Right, Pro gonna take the face off in front of Goral. 51 seconds left in the penalty to Kovacs does a good job getting out. Penalty to Peyton Krupski. All right, here comes Kovacs. She tries to get a shot off, but that's taken away again. Your Rebels short-handed. We've got McPherson and College Ajax on deep. Swift gonna bring it out of their zone. All right, she's gonna look to drop it. All right, Elle McPherson with a good job stopping it, and she's gonna forward that, or not forward it, send it down the ice. All right, Sitch is out. Always does such a good job killing penalties at Lexa Sitch. All right, puck gonna go all the way around. College Ajax gonna try and get it out. Olenek's there now. She's out with Laurel with the beauty of a blocker save. All right, Sitch gonna send that out. Here comes Krupski. Oh, Olenek gonna push that into Krupski. Oh, what a good job by your girls killing another penalty. All right, all the Rebels fans here today. Lots of Rebels support. Mr. Tanner Goral coming around to 50-50. All right, Sitch, Krupski line out. All right, that's going to be dropped for Krupski, but it comes out of the zone. Allie Regal going to take it out. Just comes off of her stick. She's going to get that over to Krupski. Who's going to get that over to her sister. Krupski going to come through with it. Swift has yet to have a penalty yet this game. Oh, Peyton gonna pick it up. Get it to Johnson. All right, Krupski gonna get that. Krupski gonna pick that up for Sitch. Gonna flip it down into the corner. 16:36 left in this third period. Your Rebels up 3-1. All right, Brooklyn gonna get that back for Sitch. Who's gonna get that over to Krupski? Oh, their goalie does a good job coming out. Shouldn't have it covered. Oh, the net. All right, we're going to have Pro, Olenek, Duchak along with Rio and back. 16:26 left in this game. Your Rebels up 3-1. Thanks to Sitch, Thak, and Duchak. All right, puck one over to Thak. She's going to send that in just over the goalie. All right, puck going to be deflected into the Rebel zone. No icing. Looks like we're going to have Thak pick it up. She does a good job. She has her stick stuck on the net. Thak still working for it, though. All right, puck comes out front. Duchak looks to get it out. That's going to come through. Bouncing puck loop. And go just past the net. All right, no shot there. Ryu's going to try and get that out. Rebels have a little bit of a bouncing puck here, struggling to get it out. All right, puck. Olenek clearly taken down there. No call on that one, though, for some reason, ref. Right, puck flipped into the Rebel zone. College Jack gonna break that up. McPherson gonna get that out. Olenek gonna get it over for Duchak, a little far for her. Duchak with it still. She fires that towards the net. Out comes Sumners. All right, College Jack gonna pick it up. Ooh, comes off of her stick. McPherson breaks up that play. There's a little bit of a miscommunication. Who was gonna take that puck? All right, Sumners shovels it over. That's picked up by Swift, though. Right, puck gonna come all the way to the corner. Oh, College Ajax looks to get it out, and she does. She's gonna continue on with it. What a good job by Mila College Ajax. Olenek wants to change, so puck Duchak with it behind the net. She's looking to get it out front. The girls were changing. We got Kovacs and Alexander out. Sumners wants to change, so out comes Brooklyn. All right. That's chipped wide of the net. All right, Krupski gonna pick it up. All right, Peyton Krupski gonna take it in. She does a great job. She's gonna send it down into the corner. Oh, Sitch comes flying off the bench. Johnson gonna fire that back in. Your Rebels offside, though. All right, Swift looking to get it out of the zone. They do. Johnson gonna break up that play. That's picked up by Swift, though. Oh, what a good job by Lexa Sitch getting it out of the zone. All right, Goro gonna make a big save, though. 13:53 left in the third. Goes up 3-1. Very fast-paced game here. All right, we're gonna have Ryu and Zach come out. All right, Sitch gonna step in. Late change for your Rebels. So Brooklyn kicked out of the zone, or kicked out of the circle, I should say. All right, Brooklyn gonna pick it up. She's got Sitch wide. Oh, Brooklyn makes a good move. Brooklyn gonna fire that on net. Gonna go wide of the net. Right, Rebels, keep it in. Puck to Sitch. Ooh, it is so cold. I cannot stop shaking. So sorry if this camera movement isn't great. Oh, just a hot pile of garbage there. Puck comes to Ryu. Ryu sends that in. Oh, Krupski. Oh, almost from her knees. All right, Swift gonna bring it out of the zone. Yeah, probably could have been a penalty there. Nothing called. No penalties to Swift yet. All right, Brooklyn gonna pick it up. She's gonna walk right through. Their goalie. Yeah! Put in by Brooklyn Krupski. Puck fired on net. Goalie couldn't have hold it though. That's gonna go in. Put the Rebels up 4-1. Shot by Brooklyn. Shot by her, getting it on net. All right, 12:53 left in this game. Your Rebels up 4-1. Gotta keep going though. This is an excellent Swift team. All right, Goro gonna make a good save. He's gonna knock it out of the air. Puck to Olenek. Oh, she's gonna fire that right on net, and their goalie's gonna play it. Good job not icing it by Olenek. All right, puck gonna come down the ice. Looks like that's gonna be icing. Face off in front of the Swift goalie. All right, face off gonna be in front of the Swift goalie. All right, Bro doing a good job at that face off. Duchek battling for it. Goalie's gonna hold it again. All right, Swift gonna clear the crease. All right, face off again. All right, Bro gonna take the face off yet again. Looking to win it over to McPherson or College Ajax. Gonna go to the corner. All right, Swift gonna chip it all the way down. Goral gonna cover it up wisely. Face off gonna be in front of Goral. All right, we're gonna have the line of Sumners, Alexander, and Kovacs come out, along with McPherson and College Ajax on D. Right, Swift with it. That's gonna be blocked out. Kovacs, or I'm sorry, Sumners is gonna pick it up. Send it in, not far enough for icing. Good draw weight by Sumners. Kovacs is right there to almost pick that off. All right, puck's gonna come out of the zone. College Ajax with a nice pass to Alexander, who's just gonna shovel that in. Out comes Peyton Krupski. He's gonna pick that off. Sumners is right there. Peyton with it still. Oh, Peyton clearly taken down. All right. All right, we're gonna have your first Rebels power play of the game. Took until the third period, but all right. So we're gonna have the power play line of Krupski, Sitch, Regal, and that. Oh, we're gonna put another one on the board for your Rebels. All right, Krupski, Sitch, Regal, and Thaco. Your Rebels up 4-1. Up to Thack. Thack's got the second goal of the game. Oh, what a shot, or what a pass over to Peyton Krupski. All right, Regal. All right, Regal fires it over. That's picked up. Both Rebels gonna hustle back though. They do a good job not letting her get a shot off. All right, we're gonna have Johnson and College Ajax, along with Duchek, Sumners, and Kovacs. So your Rebels on a power play for 144 here. 11:21 left in this game, and your Rebels. Oh, yep. Well, we might have moved. We might have moved a little early there. All right, puck comes over to, oh, Goro with a big save. Get down. All right, Sumner's again going to take that face off. Swift going to come away with it. Again, your Rebels on the power play. All right, Johnson with it. She's going to skate up, bring it out of the zone. Rebels look to set something up. Johnson going to bring it in. She's going to drop that for Duchek. Duchek hasn't knocked off her stick, but she's still going to pick it up. Duchek still battling with it. Sumner's comes to help her out. Sumner's going to get that back for Duchek, who's going to get that over to Johnson to Colin Jacek. Oh, girls! Oh, through 30 different sticks. Colin Jacek. Oh, what a good try by your Rebels. Everybody almost had a hand in that one. All right, go, Jess. Go, Jess. Johnson going to get that over for Kovacs. Just comes off her first stick. Your Rebels are changing. Right, a couple really good chances for your Rebels, though. All right, puck behind the net. Sumners is going to pick it up. All right, oh! Nobody touched it. Oh, my God. All right, Sitch is going to bring it in, looking to set something up. Get that back for Regal. Regal with it. She's muscled up against the boards. She's going to spin that backwards. Rebels do a good job keeping it in the zone. 18 seconds left in the power play. All right. Krupski going to pick it up. Going to get that back over for Regal. Regal going to walk right in. Oh, what a good shot by Allie Regal, but a good save by the Swift goalie. All right. Swift does a good job killing that penalty. They're going to go back to even strength. We're going to have Olenek and Alexandro. All right, Pro going to take the face. She wins that over to McPherson, who sends that through, bouncing puck. Oh, what a good try. All right, puck going to go into the corner. We got McPherson and Ryu out, along with Olenek, Pro, and Alexander. All right, icing. So we're going to face off in front of the Swift goalie. 9:23 left in this game. Your Rebels up 4-1. All right, Pro again with the face-off. Puck going to go into the Swift corner. Pro hustling, though. Alexander, tried to get it back for Ryu, but that play was intercepted. Swift going to bring it out of the zone. McPherson hustling her butt. All right, sorry. She's going to run into it. Puck gets just past Alexander. That's fired well wide of the net. All right. All right. That's going to go past the net. All right, Alexander looking to get it out. All right, Ryu with it. Going to get that back to Alexander. Puck does come out of the zone. All right, going to have a bunch of fresh Rebels come out. Johnson does a good job. Puck on net. All right, that goes wide of the net. Puck's going to come out of the Rebel zone. We've got both Krupskis and Olenek. Nope, Sitch comes out along with Regal and Johnson. Oh, Sitch just going to send that back. Oh, I thought she had it. Sorry. Sitch going to send it back in. Right, Swift going to wind up. Sitch does a good job knocking it away. Regal's going to be the first one there. Oh, sorry. I keep kicking my tripod when I'm moving. All right, girls do a good job. Now letting her get a good shot off. Johnson looking to get it out. All right, Brooklyn going to pick it up. Johnson with it now. Johnson flips it up to Regal, who's going to send that in. No icing. Johnson wants a change, so it comes back. We have a mishmash of lines happening here, people. I don't know if somebody's hurt or what's happening. All right, Brooklyn going to send that in. Going to go just past the goalie. We've got Alexander and Sumners and Kovacs out now. Oh my goodness. So sorry about just kicking the tripod, you guys. All right, Swift does a good job keeping it in. Oh, Rebels do a good job breaking up that play. All right, Thack gonna pick it up. Wheel. All right. Thack gonna wheel with it. Look out, ref. Thack does a great job sending it all the way in. Alexander changes, so out comes Duchak. Good fast-paced game here. What a good job by Duchak knocking that away from the streaking Swift girl. All right, Duchak makes a move. She's gonna absolutely rocket it a little bit high. McPherson and College Ajax out. Olenek out as well now. Right, puck gonna come across to College Ajax. She does a good job. Pro comes to help her out. Right, face off, gonna be right outside the Rebel zone in front of the Rebels bench. All right, Pro gonna take the face off. It's stuck in feet. Olenek's gonna pick it up. All right, she's gonna send that up. We're gonna have icing. Oh, we do. Shoot. All right, face off gonna be in front of Laurel. All right, same line out here. Couldn't have a change because there was a icing. All right, Duchak's gonna come away with that off the face off. Duchak gonna take it up the ice. She's gonna chip it up for herself. She's got Olenek right out front. Oh, a little far or behind the net even. That's not gonna work behind the net. I think she meant to get it out front. All right, Duchak with it. She fires that. Oh, bullet comes out of the Swift zone. No icing because again, that's we did that. All right, College Ajax gonna wind up. College Ajax does a good job taking it in. She's gonna fire that. It's gonna go wide. All right, Olenek wants to change, so we've got Sitch and Sitch is gonna pick it up. Oh, was stuck in her feet. Good job by Lexa though. All right, Goro gonna cover that up. Face off in front of Goro. All right, Brooklyn gonna take the face off. She's out with Alexander and Sitch. Puck gonna go back into the Rebels corner. Well, Brooklyn gonna pick that up. She gets that up to Sitch, who's gonna chip that up. Are we gonna have icing here? No icing, it looks like. All right, gonna go behind the net again. Just over 5 minutes left in this third. Your Rebels up 4-1. All right, Johnson steps up. She's gonna send it back. Alexander gonna send it back into the zone. She wants a change, so comes Duchak. All right, Puff gonna go into the corner. All right, Sitch gonna pick it up. She's gonna get it over to Johnson. Go, Jess. Go, Jess. All right, Johnson gonna take it in. She fires it just wide of the net. Foley steers that one to the side. All right, we got Duchak, Kovacs, and Sumner's out. All right, Swift gonna bring it into the zone. Got to get to Regal though. He does a great job not letting the shot come off there. All right, puck gonna go across the ice. Swift gonna pick it up. That's fired on net, tip just wide. All right, Duchak with it. She's gonna look to try and get it out. She's called down. 4 minutes left. Allie Regal with it. She's gonna send that into the corner. Puck gonna go back down behind the net. Swift right there. Swift. They're gonna put it in the back. Rebels coming through. Rebels feel that. All right, we're gonna have a face off right here in the center, right? All right. So we're gonna have the Krupski Sitch line come out. along with Ryu and Thak. Rebels up to get that goal back. Still up by 2. 3:47 left in this period. All right, puck gonna come over to Peyton Krupski. She's interfered with. Can't get her stick out of her skates. Right, Swift looking to get it out. Rebels looking to keep it in. All right, Sitch gonna send that back. Puck comes to Ryu. Ryu gonna fire that on net. Gonna go just wide. Peyton Krupski gonna pick it up. All right, Sitch with it. She gets that out front to Krupski. Oh, what a good try. What a good save by their goalie. Maya Ryu sends that in. Right, Dash gonna step up. She's gonna send that back in. There's gonna be an uproar right away here, folks. All right, Krupski's doing a good job knocking it away. Right, Olenek gonna pick it up. This game is gonna get real freaking rough here in a second. All right, that goes well wide of the net. 2:50 left in this third period. All right. Whoa, with the huge save, keeping that in the back of the net. Oh, that clearly came out of the zone. All right, puck gonna go into the corner. Zach there. Hey, Krupski gonna pick it up. Ref watching what's happening in the corner there. All right, puck to Olenek. She's gonna do a good job shoveling it in. We're gonna have College Ajax and McPherson come out. 2:15 left in this period. All right, College Ajax gonna knock it down. She's gonna fire that on net. It's gonna go just wide. Olenek wants a change. Out comes Kovacs. All right, McPherson hustling to be the first one there. She gets that over to Duchek, who does get it out of the zone. What a good job by Sadie Duchek. But look at Perot hustling. She gets that out front. Their goalie makes a good save. What a good job by Noah Perot. She was hustling her butt in. Right, Sumner is going to come out to join the rest of the night. Right, Sumner is going to take the face off. Right, puck going to come around. All right, puck going to come off and stick. All right, College Ajax does an excellent job. Not letting her get a good shot off. College Ajax still with it behind the net. All right, Swift looking to set something up. Puck comes out of the zone. All right, Kovacs is chasing. Sumner's is right there too. All right, Swift looking to set it up. All right, Alexander gonna chip that. It ends up in our zone though. College Ajax stepping up. All right, Swift looking to get it behind the net. McPherson, she's gonna hustle. 1 minute left in this period, folks. I think that's gonna go wide of the net. Alexander with it. She's gonna just tie it up. Nope, that's kept in by Swift. She's gonna walk right in and shoot it. Their goalie makes a good save. Woo. All right, Krupski, Sitch, along with Johnson and Regal gonna come out. Timeout, Swift. All right. 6-on-5. Swift has pulled their goalie. All right, Swift gonna pick it up. Oh, it's a little bit of a mess out front here, though. Goral gonna keep it out. 40 seconds left. We've got both Krupskis, Sitch, and who else? Krupski, Sitch, Johnson, and Regal. Sorry. All right, Rebels offside. They're gonna send it back into the zone. 24 seconds left in this game, folks. Your Rebels up 4-2. All right, Regal gonna go to the corner. She's gonna go battle. All right, Krupski with it. She does come out of the zone. 3 seconds left. And that's it, folks. Your Rebels gonna come away with a big win, 4-2. What a good job by your Rebels, taking game 1 of the 3-game series. Good job by your girls. An excellent game by both teams. All right, good game by both teams. Swift worked really hard. So did your Rebels. All right, game 2 gonna go in Swift. 5:15, I want to say, something like that on Saturday. If you can, come and join us in Swift. If not, obviously, feel free to tune in. Everybody have a great evening and see you Saturday.